Hello, precious people. I'm Jacqueline Parks. Welcome to my channel. I am going to be doing some fun painting today, but I wanted to talk to you all about some things that have been on my heart, which is social media in general and our consumption of it, our comparing ourselves to people on it, and all of that. So I'm going to be getting to that, but for now, let me show you my desk. I am beginning to open my Bible here, and I'm not really sure where I'm going to um, do some painting. But what I wanted to do was show you guys how easy it is to paint in your Bible. So I do kind of have a messy desk, but I got some fresh water in my um, homemade ceramic cup that my good friend Carla made for me. And I have like one of these little yogurt cups, and I tell people have 2 cups of water on your desk because when you're watercoloring, you want to have some clean water to wet your paper and then some water to rinse your brush in. So basically, that's why I have 2. And let's see what else I was gonna do. I wanted to show you what I plan to draw in my Bible. So let me show you this real quick. So this is a lion, which is off of the internet. And I have no idea if this one is licensable, copyrighted. I have no idea. But I'm going to do changes to it, so I'm not going to be too concerned about it. And I'm not really too concerned about selling this. It's going in my Bible, so it's not going to be for sale. It's going to be personal use, so I don't think I'll have any trouble with that at all. So here I am. I did actually open to Esther, which is kind of funny. There was the king who was not happy with his queen when she wouldn't come out when he called for her. So he ends up having a beauty pageant just for getting a new queen. And Esther, who was Jewish, was required, I guess, to go before the king and try out. And she was so beautiful that she won the beauty pageant, and she was given the title of queen. So there you go. It's funny how stuff like that happens, and she ended up becoming the catalyst for protecting all the Jews from this crazy guy Haman who wanted to kill all the Jews. Um, so yeah, her uncle Mordecai did something to help save the king, and ended up being remembered at the opportune moment. So it's a really interesting book if you haven't read the Book of Esther. Um, but I would like to, let me see if I can do in the overhead, if I can try and put the image so you can see me drawing it at the same time as I'm doing it. So let me see. I'm gonna actually add and see if it just shows up. Oh, wait a minute, that went in the wrong place. Hold on. There we go. So yeah, I'm trying to add this into the screen so you can see what I'm doing and see if it's automatic or if it'll, let's see. Did I do it? Oh, okay, there we go. I'm gonna have to click one more button. Hold on. So put it in the corner. See, now you got the little picture of the lion in there. I may end up zooming in. Um, but I'm not sure. Do I want to do it in Esther? I know it's a really cool book. I usually like a big page for that. But yeah, this kid at church was like, "Where's your lion?" I said, "That's in my old Bible," which I think I have somewhere. But if I showed you my desk, you would be like, "Ah," or my office, you would be like, "Craziness." So let me get a pencil, and I'm gonna do something that is maybe controversial. I use this app. It's called DaVinci. I go into draw. I go into images. AR mode is the mode I use. And I actually created the anchor out of my business card. See how it says focus lock? And I say not now, but it's, I don't know if you can see. Can you see that? See the lion on my screen? So I can resize it if I want and put it right there. Put it up higher, down lower, somewhere in the middle. Sometimes you have to hold it way up. Down it kind of half off, maybe? No, I feel like I want it right there. Maybe right there, maybe a little bigger. All right, then I can lock it. And so I can move this around now and zoom in, and it's locked in place on the page. Do you see that? So a lot of artists won't tell you that they trace. Basically, I do trace if I want accurate drawings. If I do my videos that are like 1 minute videos, a lot of times I don't draw beforehand because I want to be more quick and sketchy with those. Not sketchy sus, but sketchy like just quick sketches. So kind of like what I'm doing here. I'm doing a quick sketch. I'm not pressing super hard, and so it's kind of hard to see it because when you're doing watercolor and you have a pencil drawing, you do not really want to have hard indents on your paper. So you have to be careful not to press hard. Okay, now I'm going to do his little paws and legs because I like the whole mane. Oops. Up here, there's some mane. There's some shadow. Lots of shadow, actually. Ah. See, if I get in the way of my camera seeing the if I get in the way of the camera seeing this anchor, this is my anchor, my business card. Okay, and so then if it can't see it, it doesn't show the image. I don't know if that's helpful for y'all. So I have my sketch on here, and it is very rough sketch, but now I can turn off. Actually, I wonder if you want to be able to see it opaque. See, there's the image. So you can make it more opaque or less opaque. But this is a very good tool. And just like anyone has, you know, a pencil, a paintbrush, different colored paints, just like you have all of this you bought to create art with, it's okay to have that tracing app that I did pay to have because it did cost some money, DaVinci, like $6.99 or something. So it's okay to do that. It's okay as an artist to invest in some tools that help you draw better, paint better. But what I really wanted to kind of focus on with today's video was how social media can affect our mental state, and a lot of people end up going for hours scrolling, and you say, oh, I'm just going because I want to get inspiration, and yeah, inspiration is great. So go on there, set a time limit though. I would say 10 minutes. So sometimes when I'm trying to do, like, if I'm going to go paint this lion, I may go on Pinterest for like 10 minutes and look at watercolored lions. Or I may go on Instagram and look at Bible art journaling. Or I may go on YouTube and watch how do you paint a lion. There's a million videos, I'm sure, how to do all that. So for me to go on here and say, oh, I'm like the best at doing whatever I'm doing, it's not necessarily true. I'm not the best. There's definitely people out there better than me as far as teaching art, as far as making art. So I'm not trying to be the best. What I'm trying to do with my channel, why I post on social media, is to encourage others to do art, to create, to enjoy the process. And so that's why I don't want people to come on here and think, oh, she knows what she's doing. She's the best. And I do feel like when I did that class yesterday, like people were very, very nice, saying I was a good teacher or whatever. But and that does make me feel good. I'll be honest. You know, you like being complimented, right? That's like human nature. But I really think that everyone who came to my class is capable of doing what I do. I'm not a special, talented person who no one else can be as good as me. That's not how I view it. I view what I do as I've learned, I've practiced, and now I'm sharing it with others so that they can try it too. I want you to try it because for me it's such a rewarding hobby. I enjoy it and I love it. So I hope that the reasons for me posting are pretty clear to y'all, because I'm just trying to do something that helps to encourage y'all. And so see, already I've got like this base going on. I'm leaving this kind of white because it's kind of white there. Now it's not perfectly white. I need my paper towel. You always need paper towels too if you're a watercolor artist. You need these right next to you so you can dry off your brush, and you can even lift. I was showing some people when you make a mistake, just lift. It's very easy. I wonder if I should zoom in a little bit more. Maybe. I don't know if I want to. I could probably zoom in a little bit. Let me see. I know with going live, it can be kind of hard. There we go. Is that better? I think so. Give me some hearts in the chat if you're liking this content, and you can stop and ask a question if you have any. So I just want to encourage everybody watching. I say everybody. You know, you may be just watching for relaxation, or come here from a different channel or genre of things, but for me, this art is very rewarding, very relaxing, and very fun. So I really enjoy it. And I need to make that darker. So the social media thing, I'm posting to share what I've learned and to encourage others, and also to glorify God. I feel like I would not be able to do this without God. Like, He gives me the talent. He created me, and He created the people who created these brushes. He created the people who created this phone, the photographer who took this picture. He created everything. And for me, painting, even though I really enjoy it, I feel like when I share it, I'm sharing my love for God through it. So right now I'm just getting these little base colors on here. And you might be like, well, it's nothing like the picture. Well, not yet. It's getting there. And I got to be careful not to do too much right in there. So I need some of this orange rehydrated. So a lot of times I just load up my brush and drop it in there. Drop it in there. So, I'm always a little ADHD in these type of videos because I'm like all over the place in my brain. But I do want to stick to the whole concept of comparison. And the problem with like going on social media, so I'm going to let this dry. So while we're drying, I'll show you my social media. So I go on Instagram. There's a lot of different things on Instagram. Here is my channel. So, I post my daily reels. I post that I did a craft show, what books I got from the library, pictures from my last live, when I'm going to be at another craft show, things like that. And how I make my little ornaments. These are the kinds of things that I've been sharing. Now, I feel like when I first started my account, I was sharing personal things like, oh, look at my dog, look at my kids, look at everything, right? It was kind of a way to keep in touch with people. Oh, this lady, I like this one. She's an abstract artist, which I really love. Abstract art. If you know me, I did this a long time ago. Hey, baby, my daughter's at the door. Hello. Hi, Popos. You want to say hi to the folks? I can say hi to the folks if you want to. I can turn it to you. Hold on. There. Do you see her in the background? Doo, doo, doo. You going off to school? Yeah. All right. Have a blessed day. She's so precious. She didn't want to get out of the bed because it's cold. It's like 40s again. When are we going to have summertime? When? Everything's greening up and then we're going to probably get another hard freeze. And it's going to make everything brown. That's trying to bloom. But yeah, I was just showing you. So my social media, I like this lady. She's pretty cool. I follow her and I think she's one of the more real artists that I follow. Does that make sense? Like her posts are pretty cool. Like she keeps it real, like I'm moving, I'm doing a show here, I gotta do this. She does have some of her little pets in hers, so that's kind of cute. I do think that if you are a content creator, like having parts of your real life in with your stuff is cool. Like, look at this. I love this. This is so pretty. She is so pretty. Now I will tell you there's some artists out here that I follow who just make me and here's a jewelry artist that I follow. I think she's pretty cool. I do follow a lot of Christian artists or Christian TikTokers and stuff, crocheters. I love crochet. These people, I don't know where they're located, but they have faith-based art, which I think is pretty cool. Anything to do with slime, I follow. Why? Because it's just fun to watch. People play with slime, and I actually bought my own. And this lady, she's an abstract artist too. So I can get really sucked into just scrolling, right? And not really knowing if I'm going to create anything because I'm just busy scrolling, right? Well, look at this. Like, if this inspires me, then I might go on there and be like, you know what? Maybe I should try and do watercolor like that. Obviously, this isn't. So, I do have 2 accounts just in case one gets shut down for whatever reason. That's what's happened in like some people. Now this girl, I get really inspired by Talia. She is amazing. I do think that her channel focuses a lot on glamorizing being an artist. And I think she shows like all her travels, she shows all of her arts, her studio, everything. And I do think that her art is gorgeous and is she's very talented. Now, here's the thing. It's like, does she suffer from burnout once in a while because she has to post and keep up this appearance of being a well-traveled, successful artist? I'm not sure. I'm assuming that any content creator can become burned out. I know when I was posting every day, I got a little burned out, feeling like, oh, I need to post something, I need to post something. And that can be a real struggle sometimes. So I haven't been posting every day. That's something that I'm figuring out how to handle. If I don't want to post every day, I don't. This is another artist. I think that she's fabulous. She does ginormous, huge watercolor flowers. Amazing and beautiful. And for her account, I like watching just to see how incredibly beautiful her art is, and I appreciate it. Like, this is something I enjoy looking at. Can I do what she does? No, I cannot. I could probably try, but I don't think I would get as much joy out of it as like I do in my painting in my Bible. So, but I'm sure she gets a lot of joy out of doing this. And I really love that on her page she talks about her classes. She shows kind of how she wraps a painting up and ships it. A lot of useful stuff. And I appreciate this channel because I think that she's keeping it real. Now, another artist I follow has, a huge amount of success, and he does a lot of workshops and classes and things that are always booked. And he's a watercolor artist, and I really admire his work, but he also just encourages others to paint, that he's no special artist, that he's just doing what he loves. And for me, I think that's what's important, doing what you love. Hey, Christy, I just saw you popped up there. How's everything going? I hope it's a good Monday for you. I know social media helps and hurts in a lot of ways. So, like, mentally, what are we doing? Are we feeling better after we've been on our phones, or are we feeling worse? So I'm going back to my picture here. I feel like a lot of times if we feel worse, we need to maybe not go on social media. And you'd be like, but wait, how am I going to get inspired? Some people go and check out books at the library. Another source that is helpful is to go to an art show or an art museum. I really like that. There's one not too far from me that I can go to if I want to. So I might end up doing that. There's also art galleries in the downtown area where I live. That would be kind of fun to go to. I do have some art in a little shop downtown where I can, where people can go in person and see my art. And so that might be an option. They have other artists in there, so that would be encouraging to go look at some of their stuff. Trying to get this just right. And see, I did a lot of this already in the drawing phase, but now I'm trying to create more of the depth to it. And I gotta be careful, that's supposed to be white. And in watercolor, you do not paint what's white. You let the paper just shine through. So now I'm gonna get some more of this yellow. Let me see if I can find a good yellow. think might need a little bit of this orange in it. Ooh, way too much orange. See, that's not even close. If I mix it with this color. And if you ever want to tone down your color, if it's an orange, add some blue. If it's a yellow, add some purple. And if it's a green, you can add some red. That tones down and neutralizes the color. Let me see. Do I want to put a little bit of blue? A little bit of blue. See how that's darkening that? So I think that's a really good color. That's like the color I want. And so let me put a little bit on the nose. There's like a mark right here and a mark right there. But I don't know about you guys. What do you think? Do you think social media is good, bad, dangerous, useful, I guess? Like that color in there. Oh, I need like a darker, let's see. Get this orange, but I want it to be more burnt sienna maybe. I do follow this one artist. I'm not going to name her name, but she seems to be kind of taking a turn for being more of a celebrity, I think, than an artist. And I could be wrong, but just from recent posts, I think I'm seeing more of a more for controversial type images and stuff like that. I think it's more like they just want to be acknowledged and seen. And I really, if I don't become famous, that's fine by me. I used to think being a successful artist meant being famous, and I do not believe that anymore. I believe that success comes in a lot of different ways now. And for me, I feel already successful because I've been doing a lot of commissions. In fact, the big one that I've been working on is almost done. Can't wait to tell the lady that her painting's almost done and see how she reacts. I'm excited, and I know she's probably excited to see it as well. With something that large, it's taking a little longer, and but I really have enjoyed learning through making something so large, and that's what's great about being an artist, is pushing yourself sometimes to do something that's maybe a little out of your comfort zone, and that gives you opportunity to improve your skills and learn from that. What did Christy say? You just have to be careful with social media because people are so easily offended. I try to stay off of it as much as I can. I really think that's true. Like, people, we're in almost like this society that likes to be offended. No offense, haha. But I feel like we do. We struggle to say things in a way that don't offend people. And one of the ways that I don't go looking to offend people. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be an instigator or anything like that. What I try and do is just share what I know. So can I be wrong? Of course. Um, but I try to just encourage people in a lot of different ways how to improve their art. Am I always right? Am I always hitting it just right? No. There's times when I'm like completely off, I'm sure. But I think when it comes to offending people with art, I mean, it's kind of hard to really offend people, but I do think like that one artist I'm talking about, her post, she was kind of, I think it was a little offensive, and I think that her reasons for doing it may be, beyond what I can understand um, why she did it, but I feel like um, as a woman, you definitely are dealing with a lot of a male dominated field. And even with writing books and things like that, there's been a lot of women who have to, write under a pseudonym just to get looked at, which is ridiculous. I mean, I would think we're past all that. As women, we should be um, considered equals still, at this point. But when I see someone doing a post that's kind of, it's kind of, I wouldn't say degrading to women, but it's like it's reaffirming why we're not taken seriously. So for me, I'm just gonna be honest and say, um, I would rather be successful because of my art or not be successful at all. Because if I have to um, show off, I don't know, show off parts of me that I don't want to really be showing, and especially as a Christian, I'm very modest now. I probably haven't always been, of course, in my teens and 20s, but I think that as I've matured, I realize that modesty is important um, as a Christian. And it's different than society. Society says do whatever you want, show your body, um, don't worry about what people think. Just do what you want, what feels good. To me, I think that's dangerous to do because um, then you don't even know if they really like you, right? Or if they don't even like your art. Maybe they're just doing that stuff because, or they're paying attention to you because they think they can take advantage of you. So no, I'd rather be doing this on my own artistic merit, if that makes sense. All right, I gotta darken some of this area. Maybe I'll do some yellow, like brighter yellows. And that's a lighter yellow. I like that. Need to rinse. Rinse. See how light that is? That's lighter. So now I can do that part. That part. Part of his face is going to be dark, and some is going to be light. So I don't know. I just think that for me, I just want to encourage people to paint, not become superstars on YouTube. I'm sure that there's some people who get on here and they're like, I'm going to be a superstar on YouTube. Maybe. I mean, it's possible. But that's not why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm trying to just encourage y'all. So, what do you think of my lion so far? Is he looking pretty good? He's turning into a lion, that's for sure. Is he like the best looking lion? I don't know. Probably not. And what's going on here? Um, Yeah, I just hope that people are being encouraged by my posts, and um, I may not post every day like I was, but I'm still here. I'm still gonna encourage y'all, and every week I'm gonna try and go live. Next week I have a thing going on that I have to go to, but I may just do a quicker video next week. I don't know. So we'll see. And I feel like I want this to be really pale over here. I'm probably using way too much water, but it's okay. But maybe a little darker spots in there. So again, like with anything, like let's say you crochet, there's a lot of people out there crocheting, and I feel like there's some who are super amazing good, like I would never be as good as them. And then there's others who I'm like, okay, I could probably do that. Would I want to post it? I don't know. Because for me, crocheting is for myself. Now, art, I feel like for me, my art journey is to share my art. That's me. There's some people out there who don't want to just share their art. They want to do it because it brings them joy, and they're not in it to make any money, like commissions. They're just doing it because they want to do it for fun. And I always encourage that as well. But I was thinking about doing a whole video on commissions and helping those of you who maybe want to start doing stuff like that. And so I may end up doing a video for that, but for the most part, I just want to encourage you to try doing this. Try doing something that is a little different than what you're used to doing, and see if you like it. So sometimes we do these things and we don't like it. Like my group of ladies that I had yesterday, some of them, I think it was their first time doing watercolor. And I told them, I said, well, if you're going to start doing this, like as a, just more than one time, like if you're going to start doing this and put some money into it, get good paper. Like that was my top advice, was to invest in quality paper, because really you can do almost anything with like you could even get a set of Crayola paints. Those work to create with. You can get tube paints. You can get this set originally was $10, and I've since refilled the ones that I've used up with my tube paints. So it's definitely something that I started with the cheaper brand just to see if I liked it. What if I don't like it? Then I'm only out $10. These were a cheap set of paintbrushes, right? So I got this set at Michael's for like $10 or something, and it came with, I don't have them all in front of me, but it came with 5. Then what did I do? I ended up getting these expensive ones from my husband. They were like $77, and it came with 4 of them. And it's like, do these work better than these? I find that I use this one the most. Like I use this paintbrush the most. Pencil, I find, a 6B pencil. That's great. These come in a pack of 3 for $5. I'm not all about like, ooh, let's use the most expensive watercolor, like a tube of watercolor. This is like $85. Just pretending. But like you see somebody on YouTube doing a video or TikTok or wherever, and they're like, oh, I'm going to use the most expensive paint that you can buy. And it's like, they're doing it for likes, y'all. They're not trying to be encouraging you to use the best paint out there. Because you can use a different blue from a different company and it's going to make blue. So if you see a video about, I'm going to use the most expensive blue, why are they doing that? Why are they posting that? Is it to be helpful, or is it to get the likes? I mean, I would love to have 1 million followers, but you know what? That's only if God wants me to have 1 million followers. And that's only if I have a good message that's going to glorify Him. It's not going to be to glorify me. And I think that's one thing too about what happened to Lucifer. I think he was all about himself and getting the glory for himself. And I do struggle with pride, y'all. When I see, like, ooh, look at, I'm so cool, I made a lion. I love that I can do this, but I didn't do this. God did this. God gave me the ability to do this. Also, Da Vinci Eye helped me to draw it. So I didn't have to eyeball this and draw perfectly. Artists don't have to be perfect. You can do this, but I'll remind you that you were created by God. Therefore, if you're doing it, it was God who first did it. So I don't know. That's just how I feel a little bit about it. I'm liking how this looks. It's real watercolory. For me, paintings that look like this are much more attractive than the kind that are photorealistic. I might do some splatter. The ladies in my class yesterday, they love the splatter. Let me see if I can get some splatter. That's kind of light. Let's add a little brown. Get some splatters. But for me, I enjoy teaching. I enjoy creating. When I stop creating, I have to ask myself why. Why am I not creating anymore? Is it because I feel like I'm not good? And that could be part of it. Like, I might end up being frustrated that my art doesn't look as good as, some of these others. Now, I will tell you, I have some accounts who I follow, and they help me so much. And I'll call them out. Leron, Paul Clark. They give such helpful tips that it makes me overcome my fear. Another artist I love to follow is Rafi and Klee. They're all about uplifting the artist and helping you to overcome your fears. So I may end up putting them in the comments, like, to follow those people, because they're just amazing. I always feel good after I follow them or watch one of their videos. And it's like they share what they know without expectation. That's also what I love. I love that they're just sharing their knowledge with people without expecting anything in return. And in this day and age, that's very rare, y'all. That's a rare thing to be. Look at that. Isn't that cute? I love that. I might end up doing a little bit more dark in here, just to add some contrast. I don't know. On the pupil. Ooh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. See? You can love your own art too. That's not bad. Oh, I like it. Another thing I like to use is a rigger brush. At least that's what Paul Clark calls it. If you want to if you want to find it at Hobby Lobby, it's Master's Touch, a 3/0 script liner, and I think it was like $3.95. So nothing, you don't need to go get anything super expensive. But I do like kind of swirling. Um, that one abstract artist, she is always talking about mark making. So for me, I like to do this kind of squiggly stuff. It just makes me kind of happy. You know what I'm saying? Happy. All right, that's pretty good. I think I don't know. I may stop there because I don't think there's really much more to have to do to it. Just let it dry because it's super wet. But yeah, my new Bible is needing attention, so I need to be more into my Bible, right? And sharing my images, because that's really what started me to be a Christian was Bible art journaling and reading the Word and then connecting with the Word and then drawing what I feel in my heart. So that's something that started my journey with becoming a true believer and someone who doesn't just wear a cross and say, "Hey, I believe in Jesus. I'm going to heaven." To someone who's like, he died on the cross for me, and like tearing up. Like that's the difference. Okay, so whew, I could tear up right now just thinking about it. But um you have those same Bible tabs, Christy? Okay, so my friend Lydia, you know Lydia? She gave those to me, which she is so precious because, you know, some of the books in the Bible are like one page and it's so hard to find them sometimes. Like, especially with a brand new Bible that I'm not used to. So she gave me these tabs. She's so sweet. And so yeah, I finally, you know, you think it only take like 10 minutes to put those tabs in. It took me over probably 40 minutes. And I'm not even that detail oriented. I was just kind of like, I don't know what was wrong with me. I was trying to get it just right. And you know me, I'm not OCD really, but I was trying to be with this. So if you're not OCD, don't be OCD, right? um, but yeah, there's my lion again. We may cut it short today because I do need to do my Bible study before tonight. My church has an Easter program for Passover, which I'd love to go to, but I'm not sure. I can't miss my Bible study. I like my Bible study, but I also want to go to that Easter thing. So I don't know. I might have to do something where I miss my last Bible study, which would be sad. So anyways, so let me know in the comments what you think about social media. Do you have a social media account? Do you post on it? Do you post your art? Do you feel afraid to post your art? Do you need encouragement to create or to post or to share, or where are you struggling in your art process? So a lot of people, they're like, it's private, I don't want to show my art, I just want to do it for me. But I feel very strongly that when I make something and I'm proud of that, what I made, I want to share it. And then, you know, that may be you know, with my smaller pieces, I've been doing these little 3x3 art pieces, and I really am finding that to be fun. This was one I did at the class yesterday, and I just kept showing the ladies how you can change the sky. So it was at first white clouds with some blue, and then I'm like, look at it, let's make it stormy. So we did that. And if you can't draw, we have stamps. Stampin' Up! I'm a demonstrator. Visit my website if you want, but you can use any stamps. You can go to Michael's. You can go to a garage sale, find stamps, and they'll help you to do things that maybe you're not as, you know, talented at drawing. This is what we did yesterday at the class. I think it turned out pretty good. And, just learning. Every time you paint, you learn something. So if you aren't painting every day, then probably not learning every day, but hopefully you can start to improve with doing a practice every day of drawing, of painting, of mixing colors, trying to find the right balance of water to paint ratios. I am planning to do a in-person class if anyone's interested in coming to that, May 18th, in the lower Alabama area. So if you are interested in that, visit my website, stampinturtles.com, and sign up for my newsletter. I'm going to go and create a post on my blog and also start advertising it to my current students. And I don't know if I'm going to do another craft show or not. There's one in Silver Hill. I'm debating, but it's outdoors and weather is so crazy sometimes here. But I might go ahead and sign up for that. I don't know. We'll see. But I hope you all have a blessed day. Oh, I didn't do any scripture today. Hold on. Stop the presses. So there's a quote from Esther that is like the best quote, and I can't turn the page, so I'm gonna look it up on my phone, but it says basically, you were born for such a time as this, right? Esther quote. Let's see if we can look that up. Not Easter quote, Esther. I spelled Esther wrong. I'm not the best speller. So let's see. I like this first one that popped up. It says, be an Esther, bold and courageous enough to stand for the truth, to voice your opinion and fight for the good of others, even when it means to sacrifice yourself. If God has put you in a position, it is for a purpose. Never be afraid to heed to that inner voice. That's a great quote. I like that. Another really great quote. This is a really good one. It says, go gather together all the Jews who are in Susa and fast for me. This is Esther talking to Mordecai. Do not eat or drink for 3 days, night or day. I and my maids will fast as you do. When this is done, I will go to the king, even though it is against the law. And the next part is, if I die, I die. Which, that's faith right there, y'all. That is determination to do what you were called to do, even when you're afraid, which is just amazing. And as a Christian, what are we called to do? Share the gospel, even if it means being persecuted. I know a lot of people are persecuted for their faith in words, in maybe not having friends that their regular friends were. So that's another quote that Esther says, if I die, I die. But she's going to do it. And then she asked people to pray for her and fast. Prayer and fasting, very important. I probably need to do another prayer and fasting. I always do it when God calls me to do it. So I have to be still and listen for him to let me know if it's time to do that. But I found it interesting. It was 3 days and 3 nights. But anyways, we're almost at 11 o'clock. I don't know if that time change has thrown y'all off, but I'm kind of adjusting okay to it, I think, so far. not as tired as I thought I would be today. Probably was more tired yesterday than today. But I hope y'all have a great week. I am thinking of y'all and praying for y'all. And I love you. And I hope you have a blessed day. Mwah.